Unit 3 is about Python and genomics, and this is the outline. So basically, we will go through overview of Python, data structure, ifs and loops, functions, modules, and packages. So these are actually fundamental to any programming languages. Like be it R or C or Perl, whatever. So data structure is an important part of any programming language. And ifs and loops are basically used for iterating something. Iterating something means, let us say you have 10 different data sets and you need to download sequences from 10 different data sets. So there are actually two ways of doing that. One is you can actually do it one by one, go to one first data set, download it, okay, run the program to download the sequences, and then come back to the second data set, do it, and third and fourth and fifth and so on. So imagine like if one data set running one uh, code for one data set, if it takes like 2 hours, so every time you have to come after 2 hours and run the program in order to get the result fast. So ifs and loops are basically the method of iteration, means we want to repeat something. So we want to repeat certain programming codes with different data sets. So we can actually run them in ifs and loops, and what program will do, it will come, it will perform the function for first data set, and then again it will come without any manual intervention. It will come and do it for the second data set and for the third data set and so on. So ifs and loops are basically a way to iterate something, to repeat something, so that we don't have to stay awake whole night and running the program one by one. We can actually run the program in ifs and loops, and computer will or the program will run it for you whole night, and you can actually sleep nicely, and in the morning you will have the results. Yeah. So this is a way to make things faster, to minimize the human intervention or manual interventions. And functions, modules, and packages. So these are functions are basically, if I wrote a function, for example, let us say if I wrote a function to calculate GC content of any sequence of any length. So every time if I have to perform the same function for different data sets, I don't have to write the complete code. I can actually use my function, one line function, and run it to get the result. So this is the advantages of functions, modules, and packages. So scientific community, they design different functions, modules, and packages to make things easy. So that if let us say if you designed a function for GC content calculation, so that function can be used by anyone. They don't need to know every line of code for that, and they can actually borrow your function to compute that part, so that you don't have to make all functions and modules and packages for yourself. I mean, you can actually borrow these functions, modules, and packages if they are available online. Okay. So this is the outline, and a refined outline is basically we're gonna see how print command works. We will see what are the data structures, what are variables, what are their types. Okay, we will see list. We're gonna see basic operators, like if we need to perform some operations like multiplication, or let us say comparison or addition or something like that. So we can actually perform those things in Python using basic operators. We can actually perform string formatting, basic string operations. Conditions means you put some certain conditions, ifs and if else, something like that. Okay. Then loops, these are for iteration. Okay. Functions, classes and objects, dictionaries, and modules and packages. So these are the precise topics that we're going to cover in this unit. All right. Okay, so let us start with print. Today I will try to cover print and variables and types. Okay, and we're gonna go for list in next class. So we will go slow so that everyone can be at the same pace. If you understand nicely, that's okay. If you think something is being repeated, that is okay, because my purpose is to take everyone in the class in the same pace. Okay, so there is no harm in knowing more, but it will be a problem some of you know it or understand it quite well, and some of you misses the point. So I will be real slow and I will keep on repeating things. Okay. So let us start with print. So print. And whenever, if you have seen any Python book, or if you go through the Python programming, uh, this is the very first code written in Python. That was basically print command for hello world. Okay, that is kind of uh, you know, the very if anyone teaches Python, they will actually, most of the people will talk about it. Like the first program that was written in Python was hello world. Okay, so basically, why Python is a popular language? Because first of all, it is a very simple language. So if you have gone through other programming languages, the syntax or the grammar of programming languages, for some of the programming languages, is kind of complicated, particularly R. R is a very powerful language, but the learning curve in R is kind of tough. Okay, it is a slow learning process. However, Python is easy language, very simple language, and that is why one can master Python within a few months. Okay, so, if you, I'm not asking you to be mastering the language right now, because you have other subjects as well. But one of the learning outcome of this subject is, you don't stop learning Python. Once the classes are over, once the exams are over, you make yourself master in Python. You spend some time in Python, and Python is really easy to master. Okay. It has very straightforward syntax, and why it is easy? Because its grammar is very simple. Okay. However, the grammar of R is very complicated. There are two major Python versions, Python 2 and Python 3. I think I talked about it yesterday. And Python 2, as name suggests, it is an older version, and majority of people nowadays uses Python 3. And still Python 2 exists because many modules and packages were written in Python 2, and uh, importing those modules and packages in Python 3 requires some modifications so that they can be compatible with Python 3. And that is why many people who are still using the older packages, they still have Python 2 in their system. Okay, but you don't have to worry about it, because we're going to use any package or any function that is relevant to Python 3. So we are not worried about Python 2, and that is the whole purpose I actually asked you to download Python 3 and not Python 2. So Python 2 and 3 are quite different, and we will learn Python 3 because it is more semantically correct. What is semantically correct? Means when we say if a programming language or code is semantically correct, that means the code actually accurately describes something. So this is in other way we can, in simple way we can say that Python 3 actually is more precise or more accurate in describing certain events. Okay, so that is why Python 3 is more simple and more useful and more powerful. It supports newer features. There are some features that may not be available in Python 2, but Python 3 will have all the features relevant to Python 3. Python. And it is more advanced than Python, obviously, because Python 2 is an older version and Python 3 is a newer version. So it is conceivable that Python 3 will be more advanced than Python 2. So are we all fine so far? Any doubt, guys? Any student has any doubt? Please, this is the time. Are we all well?
Yes, sir.
Dhwani, all well?
Sir, so
Yes.
which language used in bioinformatics for programming?
Better, any language can be used. There are group of people who uses Java. There are group of people who uses C. There is a big group of people who uses R. There is a big group of people who uses Python. Language is just a tool. If I ask you to build a house, so your question is like, which tool should I use? You can use any tool, but which tool would you prefer? You would prefer the tool which is more convenient, which are, for example, if you are more convenient in Python, if you can solve major problems with Python, then you can actually solve a bioinformatic problem using Python. But let us say if we have a small problem, let us say we want to calculate GC content of a sequence. You can calculate the GC content using Python. You can calculate the GC content using R. You can calculate GC content using C, C++, Perl. You can use any language to calculate it. However, why actually it is advisable to use a language which is more popular? Because in a bioinformatics world, when you are supposed to solve several uh, biological problems, so we don't want to write code for every little thing. What we want, let us say if I am writing code on genomics and somebody is writing some codes in some other parts, like some let us say data visualization, so we can actually import certain packages and modules. Let us say if Python and R are more popular, then it means that Python and R will have more number of users. That means Python and R will have more number of packages and modules. That means it is easy to perform certain tasks or most of the tasks in Python and R. Otherwise, what will happen? You may be end up doing certain things in Java and certain things in Python and certain things in R or Python, right? So all I'm trying to say is that learning different languages is useful, but you need to master one programming language. And what is the best thing? What is the best language you're going to choose? Choose the language which is widely used by majority of bioinformaticians. And Python or R are the two languages which are most widely used in the field of bioinformatics. You may ask me then why we are studying Python only, why we are not studying R, because it is not feasible to include two languages when your master degree program is only in biotechnology and not in bioinformatics. So we have to cover other subjects as well in the biotechnology. So this is just to introduce the world of bioinformatics in the form of programming language. If you know Python, you will solve majority of bioinformatics problems. But later on, you can master this language, you can master some additional languages, let us say Perl or R, and then you will be perfect in the field of bioinformatics. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
there is no, if I say only Python can solve, no, that is not true. We just, it is just like, when Apple phone were not in widely used. Android actually was holding the major share of the market. So most of the app were developed for Android. Why? So let us say you are the app developer. तो आपका क्या पर्पस होगा? अगर आप एक ऐप बना रहे हो तो आप चाहोगे कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग उसको डाउनलोड करें और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग उसको यूज़ करें ताकि आप उससे कुछ इनकम कर पाओ। अगर एक ऐप आपने बनाया है एंड्रॉयड के फील्ड में, अगर उसको 10 लाख लोग यूज़ कर सकते हैं और एप्पल के फ़ोन में अगर उसको सिर्फ 1 लाख लोग यूज़ कर सकते हैं, तो ऑब्वियसली आप चाहोगे कि आप पहले एंड्रॉयड के लिए ऐप डेवलप करो. And that is the same thing happening in the programming languages. If majority of people are using Python and R, so most of the packages are available in these two programming languages. Yeah? So there is a major share of scientists who are actually using Bash, that is Linux shell. Okay, so that is Linux based programming language. We call it Bash. So ideally, if you are too much into the field of bioinformatics, so you are supposed to know Python, you are not supposed to know Linux, you are supposed to know R, etc. Yeah, so that is something. But if you mastered one programming language, the learning curve for other programming language will be fairly simple because you understand the basics behind the programming. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
all well. Okay, so let us move on. Okay, so this was basically we're going to use Python 3 in this chapter. Okay, so let us talk about the print. So when we say Python 2 and Python 3 are different, one of the most fundamental difference between the two languages is the print command itself. Okay, so Python 2 actually considers print as a statement and not as a function. However, Python 3 consider it as a function. So one thing that we will see in next few classes, that whenever we talk about a function, okay, so we must use parenthesis. We must use the bracket. This is called parenthesis. Yeah. So we must use parenthesis for a function. So for Python 2, print is not a function, it is a statement. So we don't use parenthesis for Python 2. However, for Python 3, print is considered as a function, and that is why we use parenthesis for Python 3. Okay, so this is one of the most fundamental difference between uh, print command in Python 2 and print command in Python 3. So print is a statement in Python 2 and print is a function in Python 3. So print is a statement in Python 2 means we are not going to use any parenthesis, we are not going to use any bracket for Python 2, but in print in Python 3 is a function, and that is why we will always use parenthesis with print command. So as I said, we are going to learn Python 3. So you just need to remember that whenever you talk about print command, or whenever you write, or whenever you use print command, make sure you use the parenthesis along with the print command. And also make sure that print should be in the lower case. If P is in uppercase, it will not work. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hanifa.
Yes, sir.
So what is the difference between print command in Python 2 and Python 3?
सर पाइथन 2 में प्रिंट वो स्टेटमेंट होगा और पाइथन 3 में प्रिंट एज अ फंक्शन होगा.
Okay, Dhwani. So as Hanifa said that in Python 2, print will be considered as a statement. On the other hand, in Python 3, print will be considered as a function. What does that mean? If we want to use print command in Python 3, what should we consider while using print command? If you don't know, you can just say, I don't know, and then I will ask this question to someone else. Rutva.
Yes, sir. Sir, can you repeat the question?
My question is, as Hanifa said, Hanifa ने क्या कहा वो आपने सुना? हनीफा ने कहा कि प्रिंट कमांड पाइथन 2 में स्टेटमेंट है और पाइथन 3 में वो एक फंक्शन है. इसका मतलब हम जब प्रिंट कमांड का यूज पाइथन 3 में करेंगे, ऑब्वियसली हम पाइथन 3 लर्न कर रहे हैं तो हम पाइथन 3 में ही करेंगे, तो उसमें हमें किस बात का ध्यान रखना चाहिए?
सर वो प्रिंट में पी जो है वो लोअर में होना चाहिए.
गुड गुड गुड, दैट्स ऑल. आप आगे मत बोलो. नेक्स्ट इज भारवी. इस और किस बात का ध्यान रखना चाहिए? प्रिंट कमांड में पी यानी सारे जो अल्फाबेट्स हैं वो लोअर केस होंगे. उसके अलावा एनीथिंग एल्स दैट वी नीड टू कीप इट इन माइंड व्हेन वी आर एक्चुअली यूजिंग प्रिंट कमांड विद पाइथन 3? Manisha?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Same question.
सर प्रिंट के बाजू में जो ब्रैकेट होता है उसमें लिखना चाहिए जो भी कोई कमांड हो वो.
Okay. Either way we can say we need to use parenthesis because print is a function. Okay. So every function will go with parenthesis. All right. That's all. Thank you. Okay. So now we know this. Okay. So it must be invoked with parenthesis, means print command के बाद parenthesis होगा और जो भी हम print करना चाहते हैं that should be inside the parenthesis. Okay. So for example, if I write a command print and in the parenthesis this line will be printed. So one more thing that you need to keep it in mind is you need to use single quote or double quote. So you know whatever you want to print, you need to print it with single quote or double quote unless you actually are trying to print some sort of variable. Okay, so we will come into that variable. लेकिन आपको अभी ये ध्यान रखना है कि print command जब Python 3 में हम use करते हैं तो we actually need to consider 3 points. First, the entire print command should be in lowercase. Second, you must invoke parenthesis. Third, you need to use single quote or double quote. Okay, तो जो भी आप प्रिंट करना चाहते हैं that should be actually enclosed by single quote or double quote. So in this case we actually use double quote. So print, this line will be printed. It means when we execute this command, When we execute this command, it will print, this line will be printed. On same way, if we actually want to print, I am in the class of MSc Biotechnology at PSU. So we actually enclose this entire statement in double quote, and that is actually enclosed in a parenthesis, and then entire print command is in the lowercase, so it will actually print without giving any error. So are we clear, like what are the three things that we need to keep it in mind while using print command?
Yes,
All
sir.
clear, everyone? Perfect. So in Python 3, parenthesis is a must, else it will raise a syntax error as shown below. So let us say if I just write it like this, print I love Gujarati food, okay, and this is in the double quote. The only thing I forgot is, so print is in lowercase, whatever statement that we want to print is enclosed in the double quote or single quote, but I forgot to put parentheses. So what will happen? It will give an error. And what error it will say? Can somebody read? It will say missing parenthesis in call to print. Okay, and then it is give you a suggestion. It is giving you a suggestion that did you mean print and then parenthesis and then inside double quote the statement. Okay, so you can actually put the parenthesis and then it will rectify the error. Okay. So now the question is, do we need double quote or do we need single quote? Both are fine or one is preferable to other. So in Python, I said whenever we want to print anything, it must be inside, the statement must be enclosed with double quote or single quote. It means if I want to print I love Gujarati food, I can use single quote or double quote, doesn't matter. But it matters when we deal with apostrophe, okay? But we will cover it later. First see what will happen. So if I say print I love Gujarati food in double quote, it will print I love Gujarati food. If I write print I love Gujarati food in single quote, it will again print the same thing, irrespective of the difference in using the single quote or double quote. However, if I write print I love Gujarati food inside the parenthesis but no single quote or double quote, it will give us an error message. Okay, so we can actually use double quote or single quote. Okay, doesn't matter. It will matter in certain places and we're going to talk about it later. So now what we know so far, we know the difference between print command in Python 2 and print command in Python 3. We also know what are the key points that we need to keep in mind while using print command in Python 3. Okay, and what are those three things? Those three things are, the command should be in lowercase, it must be followed by parentheses, and the statement that we want to print must be inside a single quote or double quote. Single quote and double quote both are fine, so you don't need to worry about it as of now. In later classes, we're going to see how single quote sometimes can cause some problems. Okay, so I usually prefer double quote for print command, and I encourage you to use double quote only for print command. Okay, because in certain situations single quote can cause problem, and we will talk about it. Now next thing that we want to discuss is how to write a new line. Let us say you want to print something. For example, my name is Vishal in first line, and second line if I want to write I live in Gujarat. Okay, so basically what I am trying to do, I am trying to write or print two statements but in different lines. I need a new line for that. Okay, so for new line we need to remember that we use a forward slash followed by small n. This means that we are actually asking Python to introduce a new line, and the next statement after this particular sign forward slash and n will be printed in next line. Okay, so let us see. So for example, if I want to print, I use single quote in this case. Okay, so my name is Vishal, and then I actually used a forward slash small n, and without any gap I actually wrote I live in Gujarat. Okay, So when I execute this command, Python will consider, okay, so this is print. It means the coder wants to write certain things. So there is something inside the single quote. It means this is the statement that Python need to write. And then Python will execute this, and then it will find, oh, there is one slash, forward slash, and n. It means it wants to actually, the user actually want to introduce a new line, and then the user want to print this part in the next line. So this will actually uses this will actually print this thing in a new line. Okay. Now for empty line, so we actually use nothing inside the print command. So for example, if we just use for example, if we just write print, okay, and then it means that is nothing, that will actually print an empty line, the line without any character in it. Okay, so this is not very useful. I don't think you're going to use this anyway. So but the take home message in this case is this particular thing, forward slash followed by n, and then the statement that you want to print in the next line. A variable with a meaningful name can be assigned to the next to be printed. For example, let us see the example. If I want to print a message like message is equal to please wait while the program is loading. Okay, so let us say you wrote a program and there is some there is a time, boot up time that program takes to load. Okay, so you want the user of that software to see this message. And what is the message? You want to tell the user that please wait while the program is loading. So this is the message. So in this case, message is a variable. Okay, message is a variable, and in this particular case, message is please wait while the program is loading. Oh, what is variable? Variable means anything that you can change. Okay, so for example, there is a name of the variable message, and this is the message that we actually want the user to see, okay, while using the program. So if we just rather than putting everything in single quote inside the parenthesis after print command, we actually can write just the name of the variable that we use. So if we just write print message, so in this case, we are not trying to print just message, message. We actually want to print whatever is stored in the message. So in that case, we don't need to use single quote or double quote. We can actually use the name of variable, and Python will consider that, okay, so the user wants this variable to be printed. And what is the variable? Variable messages, please wait while the program is loading. So once you want to change the message, like you want to use like thank you for using the program, so that message can be actually printed here. Actually, you can just type it in here, and when you execute the print command with print message, it will print thank you for using the program. So you change the variable, means you keep the same name of the variable, but you change the value of the variable, the statement of the variable, and the print command will change whatever change has been executed in the variable. So whenever we try to print a variable, we don't enclose it in single quote or double quote. If we enclose it in single quote or double quote, what will happen? क्या होगा? गजाला, अगर इस कमांड में हमने ऐसा प्रिंट किया था, प्रिंट मैसेज, और मैसेज अगर मान लो सिंगल कोट या डबल कोट में होता पैरेंथेसिस के अंदर, तो क्या प्रिंट होता? मैसेज इज अ वेरिएबल इन दिस केस, प्लीज वेट व्हाइल द प्रोग्राम इज लोडिंग.
हाँ,
यस यस गजाला.
तो हमने उसको डबल कोड या सिंगल कोड में लिखा है, तो वो ऐसे ही हमको प्रिंट करके देगा. जैसे हमने अबाउट माय नेम या फिर आई लिव इन गुजरात है, तो वो ऐसे स्टेटमेंट लेके उसको नीचे वो आउटकम दे देगा. लेकिन जो मैसेज
नहीं, माय क्वेश्चन इज सिंपल गजाला. इफ हमें ये पता है कि प्रिंट मैसेज जो अभी एग्जिस्टिंग फॉर्म में जो कोड है, दैट विल एक्चुअली प्रिंट प्लीज वेट व्हाइल द प्रोग्राम इज लोडिंग डॉट डॉट डॉट. But if we just write print message, we change this code and we enclose the message in single quote or double quote, what will happen? एनीवन? शिवानी?
सर नहीं
सर आई थिंक हमने मैसेज में जो लिखा है वैसा सेम वो वहाँ पे प्रिंट करेगा।
ओके, ध्वनि? इज देयर एनीवन हु थिंक्स अदरवाइज? जिसको लगता है कि कुछ और होगा?
सर अगर हम सिर्फ प्रिंट और मैसेज लिखेंगे मतलब
सिंगल कोट में या डबल कोट में?
सिंगल या डबल कोट में, तो सिर्फ मतलब वो मैसेज आएगा MSSAG, क्योंकि हमने ऊपर वो डिस्क्राइब किया है कि मैसेज क्या है।
नहीं, हमने डिस्क्राइब किया है, बट एक्चुअली as soon as we actually enclose something or statement inside single quote or double quote, that moment Python actually realizes that actually user wants to print this statement and not the variable. Okay, so अगर हमने मैसेज यहाँ पे वेरिएबल डिफाइन तो कर दिया है, मैसेज क्या वेरिएबल है वो हमने डिफाइन कर दिया है, लेकिन अगर हम यहाँ पे सिंगल कोट या डबल कोट यूज करेंगे तो उसका मतलब है कि हम ये नहीं चाहते हैं कि मैसेज वेरिएबल प्रिंट हो, हम ये चाहते हैं कि मैसेज स्टेटमेंट प्रिंट हो। व्हाट इज मैसेज स्टेटमेंट? मैसेज स्टेटमेंट इज मैसेज, बिकॉज वहां पे ये कोई वेरिएबल नहीं है। इट मीन्स व्हेनेवर वी यूज सिंगल कोट और डबल कोट, वी एक्चुअली आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट एनी वेरिएबल। तो अगर आपको कोई वेरिएबल प्रिंट करना है तो इट मस्ट नॉट इंक्लूड एनी सिंगल कोट और डबल कोट। क्लियर गाइस?
यस सर।
ओके, तो अगर हम यहाँ पे प्रिंट मैसेज ऐसा एज इट इज लिखते हैं तो इट विल प्रिंट प्लीज वेट व्हाइल द प्रोग्राम इज लोडिंग। और अगर हम प्रिंट then parenthesis and inside the parenthesis we have single quote or double quote, and inside the single quote or double quote we have message, then it will print message, MESSAGE. That's all, nothing else it will print. Clear everyone?
Yes, sir.
Ajhar, Nancy,
Yes,
all
sir.
clear? Bilal?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Let us go ahead. Indentation and hash. You know, if you have gone through any other language, so when we write a chunk of code or the block of code मतलब कि हम चाहते हैं कि उतना पूरा कोड एक साथ एग्जीक्यूट हो, दैट इज कॉल्ड अ ब्लॉक ऑफ कोड। अगर हम किसी ब्लॉक ऑफ कोड को हम यूज कर रहे हैं तो यूजुअली वी यूज कर्ली ब्रैकेट in other languages, but in Python instead of using curly bracket we use indentation. Indentation means space, मतलब कि हम एक टैब लेते हो ना, जैसे आप वर्ड में कुछ लिखते थे, आप टैब लेते हो ना, तो टैब लेने के बाद आपके थोड़ा स्पेस आ जाता है ना कोई लाइन में लिखते लिखते, दैट इज कॉल्ड इंडेंटेशन। ओके, सो पाइथन यूजेज इंडेंटेशन फॉर ब्लॉक्स। मतलब अगर हमारे को एक छोटा कोड का ब्लॉक लिखना है फॉर दैट वी कैन यूज इंडेंटेशन। इसका मतलब है कि ब्लॉक का मतलब क्या होता है कि कमांड खत्म नहीं हुआ है, नेक्स्ट लाइन में अभी वही कमांड चल रहा है, हम उसमें और भी कुछ कमांड्स ऐड कर रहे हैं। ओके, इंस्टेड ऑफ कर्ली ब्रैकेट वी एक्चुअली यूज इंडेंटेशन। तो बोथ टैब्स एंड स्पेसेस आर सपोर्टेड, मतलब आप एक टैब क्लिक कर सकते हो, टैब में वो चला जाएगा, या फिर आपको 4 स्पेसेस लेने होंगे, 4 बार स्पेस बार प्रेस करना होगा। ओके, तो इजी इज टू यूज द टैब। फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ आई राइट x इक्वल टू 1 एंड देन आई से, तो यहाँ पे हमने क्या किया, x का वेरिएबल है x और उसको हमने डिफाइन किया कि x वेरिएबल की वैल्यू क्या है 1। नाउ वी आर सेइंग इफ x इक्वल टू, पाइथन में इक्वल टू 2 बार यूज करते हैं, वी विल गो थ्रू इट व्हाई वी यूज इट व्हेन वी एक्चुअली टॉक अबाउट बेसिक ऑपरेटर। बट यहाँ पे आप सिर्फ इतना समझ लीजिए कि हम ये कहना चाह रहे हैं कि अगर x की वैल्यू 1 है, then we see the colon. Colon means this program is going to use a block of code, means this is not complete here. We are actually going to define it further. We are actually write some more code to execute it. तो आपने बोला कि अगर x की वैल्यू 1 है तो यहाँ पे कमांड खत्म नहीं होता, यहाँ इसका मतलब आगे हम कुछ और बोलना चाह रहे हैं। We actually want to say print x is 1 full stop. So what will it do? It will actually do if what it will see the variable x. Now it will see whether the value of the variable is 1. If yes, then it will print x is 1. If not, then it will actually end the program. Okay, so now do you see this hash here? Hash, whenever we use hash, आप लोग यूज करते हो ना हैश टैग, शायद इंस्टा वगैरह अगर आप लोग यूज करते हो या ट्विटर यूज करते हो तो आप लोग हैश टैग यूज करते हो। हैश टैग का मतलब होता है कि एक्चुअली आप प्रोग्राम को बोल रहे हो, पाइथन को बोल रहे हो कि नाउ इस हैशटैग के बाद मैं जो भी लिख रहा हूँ या लिख रही हूँ दैट विल बी कंसीडर्ड एज अ स्टेटमेंट। मतलब हम सिर्फ वो अपने लिए एक सेंटेंस लिख रहे हैं, वो पाइथन को एग्जीक्यूट नहीं करना है, वो पाइथन को एग्जीक्यूट नहीं करना है। तो पाइथन विल इग्नोर दिस लाइन एंड पाइथन विल गो डायरेक्टली हियर, इफ x इज इक्वल टू 0 it will print x is 1, if not it will end the program. Okay, so this is, and why we use hash, and can anyone say anything about why we use hash? हम कोई स्टेटमेंट क्यों लिखना चाहेंगे प्रोग्राम? Because let us say you wrote a big program, let us say 1000 line of code, so we actually want to reuse that code, right? Because आपने हार्डवर्क किया, आप चाहते हो कि उसको फ्यूचर में भी यूज करो। तो आपको कोई भी चीज़, अगर कोई एक इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है जो आप वहाँ पे नोट करना चाहते हो, यू कैन एक्चुअली डायरेक्ट नोट इट डाउन विद द यूज ऑफ हैश. This will not be executed by Python program or any other programming language, but it is for your own understanding. So if you want to actually, it will increase the readability of the code. Means अगर आप फ्यूचर में 10 दिन बाद यूज करना चाहोगे तो आपको ये सोचना नहीं पड़े कि आपने ये वाली पर्टिकुलर लाइन क्यों लिखी. Alright, so are we clear up to this point?
Sir, could you please repeat that x equals to 1 if that program?
तो अगर सोचो, हम एक हिंदी में ही एक छोटा सा सेंटेंस लेते हैं. मैं अगर बोलूं कि अगर x की वैल्यू 1 है, क्या ये सेंटेंस कंप्लीट है?
No.
तो इसका मतलब देयर इज समथिंग मिसिंग, एंड दैट समथिंग मिसिंग, इसके बाद हमें कुछ ऐड करना होगा कि अगर x की वैल्यू 1 है तो हम x को प्रिंट करेंगे. ठीक है, तो ये एक कंप्लीट सेंटेंस हो गया. नाउ तो सेम वे इफ वी आर एक्चुअली राइटिंग अ ब्लॉक ऑफ कोड, ब्लॉक ऑफ कोड का मतलब क्या होता है? जो इनकम्प्लीट कोड है उसको कंप्लीट कर रहे हैं हम बेसिकली, राइट? तो ब्लॉक ऑफ कोड जब भी यूज करते हैं हम एक्चुअली कोलोन यूज कर लेते हैं लाइन में. ओके, सो व्हेन वी से इफ x इक्वल टू 1 एंड देन वी पुट कोलोन, इट मींस वी आर एक्चुअली saying that there is something else. And when we write something else in next line, we need to use indentation. We need to use 4 spaces. Otherwise, Python will give you an indentation error message कि आपका प्रोग्राम गलत है. आप एक्चुअली कुछ ऐसा एग्जीक्यूट कर रहे हो जो कि कंप्लीट नहीं है. तो उसको कंप्लीट बनाने के लिए हम इंडेंटेशन यूज करते हैं. क्लियर है रेनू? जो हम स्पेस यूज कर रहे हैं उस कोड चंक को कंप्लीट करने के लिए कर रहे हैं. ऑलराइट?
Yes.
Okay.
Sir,
So now, yes.
सर हमने आगे हैश लगा के इंटेंडेड फॉर स्पेस लिखा, लेकिन ऐसे हो सकता है कि प्रिंट के आगे ही हैश लगा दे तो?
हाँ, वो आप किसी भी लाइन में लगा सकते हो. आप चाहो तो यहाँ हैश लगा लो, यहाँ हैश लगा लो, आप यहाँ हैश लगा लो. हैश कहीं भी आपने लगाया है ना, तो पाइथन समझ जाएगा कि इस हैश के बाद उसको आगे रीड नहीं करना है, एंड पाइथन विल मूव टू द नेक्स्ट लाइन. लेकिन आप हैश यहाँ लगाने के बाद आप सोचो कि यहाँ पे आप प्रिंट कमांड लिख लो इसी लाइन में, देन इट विल नॉट बी एग्जीक्यूटेड. हैश वाली लाइन में आपको स्टेटमेंट लिखना है और उसके बाद आपको कुछ नहीं लिखना है. उसके बाद आपको नेक्स्ट कमांड जो है नेक्स्ट लाइन से लिखना है. क्लियर?